Part 3. You hear a radio discussion in which a careers expert called Maria Eccles and a university graduate called Joe Simpson are talking about recruitment. For questions 15 to 20, choose the best answer A, B, C or D.
Today we're discussing recruitment. With me is recent graduate Joe Simpson. So, Joe, did you receive much careers guidance at university?
Yes, a fair bit. Actually, there's so much support available online too. There are some great websites showing you how to make your CV more attractive to potential employers. I also searched for tips about interviews, because that was something I was anxious about. But university careers advisors are fantastic at talking you through how different careers can develop. I'd already figured out the types of career I was likely to do well in, but they helped me see the long-term opportunities for progression each career would have. That was invaluable.
I'll bring in consultant Maria Eccles now. Isn't it great that students get all this access to careers advice, Maria?
Absolutely. But it's easy to feel overwhelmed with all the information. So I'm glad Joe mentioned the difference between online resources and careers advice services. Some people assume they're interchangeable, but they aren't. As Joe mentioned, careers advisors act as guides, or maybe even the maps people use on their phones. They can help you zoom out to see the whole picture, or zoom in on specific details.
Definitely.
Maria, how has technology changed recruitment?
Well, the internet has made it easy for companies to publicise their job openings, and equally, recruitment websites are streamlining the application process. But I'm still unconvinced that conducting interviews via webcams is as good as doing it face-to-face. And then there's the whole issue of social media. Companies are increasingly judging applicants based on what their social media profiles say about them, something I'm very uncomfortable with. In fact, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I've started to see the value of reputation management. These services help people optimise their online presence by hiding the less desirable parts and highlighting the more favourable bits. Is this really the direction we want to go in?
Interesting. Joe, how are you finding the recruitment process?
Eye-opening, put it that way. I didn't necessarily think I'd sail through, but I'm more than capable of doing the positions I'm applying for, and I'm usually a very confident speaker. But getting to grips with interviews is another thing. The first time I had one, I was given a problem to solve. I should have been able to do it easily, given my university qualifications, but I couldn't. I suppose the shock of the task affected me. Clearly there's so much to learn.
And perhaps more preparation is needed?
Well, I put in so much work beforehand. I make sure I know what the company does and identify how my skills relate to the position I'm applying for. I even rehearse possible questions with friends. And in the interviews, I always use the key phrases you're supposed to give. I just don't seem to be getting anywhere. It's frustrating.
Maria, do you have any tips?
Joe's doing the right things, but there's a fine line between preparing well and coming across as robotic or unnatural. It's still important to be yourself, rather than play the part you think the company wants. That might be something to consider.
That's a good point.
Joe mentioned a problem-solving task. What do you think about those sorts of interview tasks, Maria?
They're fine, provided the tasks are directly linked to the demands of the role. But I've heard of companies asking candidates to do bizarre things, like do animal impressions. I suppose they want candidates to demonstrate their ability to deal with unexpected situations. That's great if you're someone who thrives under pressure, but to me, these tasks say more about the company's values than anything else.
Joe, Maria, thank you.